How did you hear about our program?
Okay, I'll go first. We received a flyer in the mail, and the 4 words that caught our eyes is lose weight without exercise.
That's right.
We love that.
Lose weight without exercise.
Right, so she asked me, if I was interested. So, and yeah, seeing those 4 words it piqued our interest. So we're like, well, it's a free meal, and we get to sit down and listen to a seminar for for a little while. So we figured, what's the worst that can happen? So so we went and listened to Dr. Collins.
Right.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what was your health and your situation before the program.
I was type 2 diabetes borderline. That's what they tell me, but I should have told myself I am diabetic. But because they tell me borderline, I said, oh, okay, I could just eat whatever I like. I do whatever I like in moderation, right? But that didn't help, and I tried that for 10 years. And that's why when I found out about your program, I said, okay, this is for me to try something different. Because I need to lose the weight. I was in pain in my knees, my ankles, and my doctor told me, you got to lose the weight. And
how much weight did you lose?
30 pounds in 4 months on this program. And my A1C went down, and my doctor took me off my meds. He took me off, and I feel great. And of course, since you feel good, you stay on the program. You eat what you're supposed to eat. And I feel good. And I feel, I have more energy. And since my weight is gone, my knees are fine, no pain. My back has no pain. So, hey, why not? Stay with the program.
So pain, greatly improved. Energy, greatly improved. When you get your blood sugar down, you've reduced your risk for all kinds of conditions.
Yes.
Gone. So this is why we do this program. My mission is to help people overcome the obstacles to accomplishing what they want to do with their lives, because their health gets in the way, whether it's diabetes or some of the complex chronic conditions. So that's our mission here. And Elliot, how was your health before the program?
Before I had high blood pressure, I also had type 2 diabetes. Just before we started the program, my A1C was at 11. And I was still on metformin as well, but I was taking about 2,000 milligrams of metformin a day. But that wasn't really helping. I was trying to, help my diet with, staying with her, trying to figure out what we could be changing, what sort of diets we can, try to figure out what it was that was wrong with us. Because we tried exercising, we tried, different diets, but it didn't really help. So that's why we were open to pretty much anything.
So the do-it-yourself approach
doesn't work.
The heart of what's going on with why you have the issue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and so I also had low energy throughout the day. I also was really hard to wake up in the morning, really slow to rise. And if I were to do anything strenuous, like I would actually, if I were to walk for over an hour, my feet would start to hurt. The soles of my feet would be hurting, and then I would just have to sit down for like 20 minutes, half an hour before I can walk again.
You're too young for that.
Exactly. So I was like, this can't be happening. I gotta figure out something. But after your program, when I'm completely off of metformin, I'm still working with my doctor to get myself off of my last 2 high blood pressure medications. But it seems like I'm tapering that off right now.
Yeah, those have come down a lot though.
Yeah. And I also lost 30 pounds in 3 months. And, so I'm actually lighter than I was when I graduated high school.
So you each lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
You did our program. When did you do our program?
We started in May of 2019.
Mm-hmm. And your strongest results were by?
About September, October.
Yes, October for me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What do you feel has changed for the course of where you're heading versus where you going?
Wow. My outlook is a lot better than it was when going in, because I really wasn't sure with the way my sleep schedule kind of was erratic and my energy level would fluctuate day by day. I wasn't sure what sort of job I would be able to perform well at. But now I feel like I can do anything.
Before the program, were you concerned about the risk of heart attack and stroke or other
No.
complications of diabetes?
Well, to a certain extent, it was in the back of our heads, but that, it's something that might happen, but we weren't, really too concerned about it happening too soon. But, in certain cases, we're just kind of like, well, we know that the longer that we're, diabetic, the quicker we are to get certain conditions and things like that. So we know that because once we saw other people that we know, friends, family who have diabetes, they go through the medication. Once that runs out, they go through insulin, and if
And then dialysis.
then dialysis.
Yeah, it just gets worse from there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part for me of helping people with diabetes is that I consider it like a gateway disease. You have diabetes for a while, and it opens the door to the cardiovascular problems, heart attack and stroke, and kidney problems, and eye problems, and even other risks like cancer and Alzheimer's go up.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's kind of the gateway. Like let's get things improved now at the foundation instead of letting them get worse further down the road.
Right.
Right.
It's just that with a lot of people's current knowledge of diabetes, it just feels like it's an ongoing illness. It's just a chronic illness. It's
Right.
not something that you can reverse. It's not something you can fix. It's just something that you have to endure.
I thought it was my genes because my mother had it, my father had it. So I said, okay. So that's what I thought. I was doomed right from the get-go.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that you could reverse it.
Pretty much with our American and actually modern, we're exporting diabetes to other countries now.
Mm-hmm.
With our American lifestyle and diet, diabetes is the default result.
Yeah.
If you eat and live like everyone else, you're going to get diabetes like everyone else. So it seems genetic because everyone's parents seem to have it, but it's the diet and lifestyle that we're passing on. Yeah. And it's amazing how it seems to be across almost all economic and racial levels of culture.
Yes.
We're eating this kind of food and we're living this kind of lifestyle. We end up with diabetes and we don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
We can reverse it.
Well, knowledge, once you find that out, then you go, oh, really? You can reverse it. But a lot of people didn't think that. They think since we're all together taking diabetes pills, it's like a club. It's like, oh yeah, I'm taking metformin. Oh yeah, I'm taking metformin. So it's like, okay, people agree that we're all in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever thinks about getting out of it.
I thought before the program, you had maybe certain foods that you ate caused abdominal distress.
Oh yeah, you would eat too many cashews and you.
Oh yeah, too many cashews.
Certain foods were
that, or that's too rich for my system.
Mm-hmm.
So I eat too much. If I eat too much cashews or peanuts too. Oh yeah, peanuts. I was allergic to it because I get pimples in my nose, pimples in my ear. So I know peanuts is not my friend. So if I eat too much of that, it was not my friend. But it turns out, it's not my friend. I shouldn't be eating peanuts at all, like peanut butter or peanuts. So I stopped
staying away
that.
from peanut oil and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I stopped that. So that's what I'm saying. It's good to know what I'm allergic to or things that I'm sensitive to. That was really good to know that.
Yeah, your sensitivity to that was pretty high.
Right.
But for me, it was just trying to stay away from starchy foods. Like I really love potatoes. I would eat potato chips, mashed potatoes, baked potato. Any way I can get potatoes, I would be eating it. And I was worried about those cravings. But once I found a recipe for cauliflower mash, I was like, well, I don't know. I never eaten cauliflower in my life. I never enjoyed cauliflower in my life. So that doing that and tasting it, immediately my brain just said, I don't have that craving anymore. And so that kind of flipped the switch and said, this is good. You can actually, use this diet. You can, you can stick with this and you won't have any problems.
That was another thing. We learned to eat new vegetables. That was number one. We ate butternut squash soup, cauliflower mash. We had jicama that we never tried before. We never had. We don't. I ate yam raw before, but we decided to try that, and he really liked it with
Yeah.
hummus.
Hmm.
You know, just
Oh,
to
wow.
eat yam raw.
Yeah, just chopping it up,
You know, slicing it up and just, you know, like would you do a
Sticks.
celery stick or carrot stick and dip it
I
in?
try to tell people to have an adventure, have some
Well, we did.
with foods.
Right.
We did. That's
Is there-
another reason we started on this path, because
Is
it's
there a way
all
that you
new.
would recommend that to people?
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's really all new, and we're teaching it to our family too, because we're cooking it and sharing it during the holiday. And they said, "Oh, this is really good." So we said, "Yeah." And so we're all enjoying this new recipe of butternut squash and cauliflower mash, and
Yeah, making these side dishes that are completely vegan, you know, and a lot of people, a lot of our family members are vegetarian as well. So now they're saying like, hey, I made some that you can also have,
right.
you know, so they're happy, you know, because usually I would just make, you know, my normal meat dish and maybe my potatoes, and they might not necessarily like potato, or it has butter in it, you know, or something that they don't really want to have.
You don't have to feel like an outcast at the family holidays.
No,
Right.
It's a big concern for people.
no.
Right.
Yes, to
But
be
everyone's more
with other
interested. It's like,
people.
oh, what did you make? You know, and they're willing to try it because they know that we like food. You know, they saw our eating habits beforehand, so they know, like, we're not going to recommend them something that tastes like paste.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah,
we're
everybody's
foodies.
happy.
We're
Yeah.
both foodies, and we're very sensitive to taste.
Mhm.
And so that's why we're glad to try new things. So this was really good to try new things, and we ate only hummus in the restaurant, in a Mediterranean restaurant. So when you said we could have it at home, I said, oh, good, we'll have it at home. That's fine. And we're trying different, you know, like I never had apple cider vinegar on my salad. That was new, and it's really good. I really enjoyed that. And I still eat it every day. And I'm trying balsamic vinegar too on things. And so it's a good new recipe in life to try all these new ways of eating.
So you've tried a lot of new foods and you're maintaining a new way of eating, but it tastes good. You're eating a lot of tasty food.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're not being punished
No.
in any way or
And
form.
you know, I just look up, you know, recipes online for, you know, keto and, you know, vegan side dishes, or just yeah, keto recipes for a lot of meat and things like that, you know, just so that, you know, I can have some of the same flavors, eat the same sort of things, but, you know, have them not be as detrimental to my health. You know, because it turns out, you know, that having a little bit of fat from the meat is actually not as bad for me as having sugar coating that meat.
Right.
Well, thank you for your testimony, you guys. And you've been a joy to work with, and to be able to put in your success stories for other people to hear and to inspire them. I appreciate you coming in and doing that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Stop recording.